ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ما يهده الله فلا مضل له وما يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. وقال تعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم وما يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. Indeed, all praise and thanks is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His help, and we ask for His forgiveness. We seek refuge with Allah from the evil that is within our souls and from the evil deeds. Whomsoever Allah guides, no one can misguide, and whomsoever Allah allows to go astray, no one can guide. I bear witness that there is no deity worthy of worship other than Allah, and that Muhammad is His last and final messenger. Allah says in the Quran, O you who believe, be conscious of God and die not except in a state of total submission unto Him. Allah also says, O humanity, fear your Lord who created you from a single person, created of like nature His mates, and from them both scattered countless men and women. Fear God through whom you demand mutual rights, and the wombs that bore you, for God ever watches over you. O you who believe, fear God and always say a word directed to the right, that He may make your conduct whole and sound, and forgive you your sins. He that obeys Allah and His Messenger has already attained the highest achievement. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, the number one narrator of the Hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in Bukhari, narrates, the angel of death, Malik al-Maut, was sent to the Prophet Moses alayhi salam. And when the angel of death goes somewhere, he doesn't go to chit-chat, he goes to take someone's life. Right? So he goes to Musa alayhi salam, and Musa sees the angel of death, and he slaps him up. He beats him up so bad that his eye is like messed up. He has one eye, like Kubo of the two strings. The angel went back to his Lord and said, you sent me to a servant who does not want to die. So Allah restored the eye and said, go back and tell him, Musa, to place his hand over the back of an ox. He will be allowed to live for a number of years equal to the number of hairs coming under his hand. So the angel came to him and told him the same. Then Musa a.s. asked, O my Lord, what will be then? He said, death will be then. He said, let it be now. He asked Allah that He bring him near the sacred land at a distance of a stone's throw. The Prophet of Allah said, were I there, I would show you the grave of Musa by the way near the red sand hill. Imagine for a moment that the angel of death, Azrael, the Malik al-Maut, alayhi salam, came and he told you that you have 24 hours to live. That you will die tomorrow at Dhuhr, on Saturday. What would you do? How much of your money would you give to charity? Who would you notify? Would you call your mother, your father, your siblings, your friends? Would you call your enemies, people that you have wronged, that have wronged you and you haven't forgotten? Or people who you have wronged and they still haven't forgiven you? Who would you spend your time with in your last hours? Would you pay your zakat? Would you buy a ticket for Hajj even though you had the money for a very long time, but you kept delaying it? Or would you beg forgiveness for your parents for disobedience? Did we forget where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in Surah Al-Isra, 17th Surah, 23rd ayah, to treat our parents with ihsan? That when they reach the old age, that we should not say even uff to them, and not repel them, but speak to them in a noble word, qawlan kareem. Or would you beg forgiveness from your family, whether it's your spouse or your parents or your siblings or your cousins, your children, for our incorrect actions and behaviors? I reflect on the hadith that is narrated by Jubair ibn Mut'im, where the hadith reads, عن جبير ibn Mut'im رضي الله تعالى عنه أخبره أنه سمع النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا يدخل الجنة قاطع. That he heard the Prophet ﷺ saying, the person who severs the bonds of kinship will not enter paradise. Some time ago, this hadith was in Bukhari, by the way, authentic hadith. Some time ago, I was in Michigan for a wedding. And in this wedding, my stomach was hurting. And the pain was transient. It went from this part to this part of my lower stomach and abdomen. So I wasn't sure what was going on. Perhaps I had some bad basic food or something, you know. But really, I called my uncle, and he said it may be your appendix. And then and there was another doctor nearby who was part of the wedding, and she said that it may be your appendix. So I went to the doctor, and he confirmed that it was my appendix. It said that it's the size of a hot dog. So if you don't get it out tonight, you may die. Okay. Then they give you the papers. The papers say that during the surgery, you may die. Okay. And so then I called my sister. Why do I call my sister? I called my sister because she and I had a rocky kind of cat and dog relationship, as many siblings do. And so I called her to apologize, and I had tears going down my face, asking for forgiveness. And I told her what's happening. So she said, it's okay, Adeel. And, I still have this regret because I feel like I missed many years that she and I could have had a closer relationship. But it's the qadr of Allah, and we accept that decree and we move on. But I realized at that point the pain of holding on to the grudge is so much more consuming than living healthier with forgiveness and mercy. That the pain of holding on to the grudge is so much more consuming than living healthier with forgiveness and mercy. I remember a few days after 9/11, a friend of mine and I had gotten into the religion at the same time. We were in college. I was in college. He was he was in later years of high school, and I was still struggling with a few things Islamically. Right, I still hadn't given up some behaviors that weren't really inclined with the faith. And then I found out that he was backbiting about me. So I confronted him about it, and he admitted to it, and he apologized. He said that he shouldn't really have said anything about it. So we were cool, alhamdulillah. And then shortly after, he died in a car accident. And I imagine that if I didn't make amends with him or confront him and make up for what happened, how would I feel? What amount of regret would I still carry with me if I never got to talk to him before he passed away? And now today, he's buried in Dallas alongside my grandmother and my grandfather, and Allah have mercy on all of them in Jannah. And also, his father passed away soon after that. So I ask you again, how many of us, if we have 24 hours to live, what will we do? And do we really know if we do have 24 hours to live? Do we have a guarantee from the emperor, president, that you will see 27 to 80 years of age? No one knows except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when we will pass away. So what's holding us back now? What's holding us back from praying, from guarding our eyes from seeing the evil, from our tongues from speaking that evil, from our hands to touching the evil, from our feet from walking away from the haram, to our hands giving in charity, to helping the orphans and the needy? One of my sheikhs had told them when I was studying Islam more formally, he said that we purchase hellfire. We literally purchase hellfire. And how foolish is that, right? You purchase something you like, that's great, it's good for you. You buy this cool, this car that's nice, or this TV, which is halal, it's fine. But, every time that we're paying for something, maybe it's a party we should be going to, or drugs, or for alcohol. And we're literally purchasing something that's gonna hurt us in this life and in the next. And sometimes we act that all these material possessions, they make us who we are. All this enjoyment, this temporary fulfillment, we let our desires shape us instead of us shaping our own desires. So we're going to reflect on that a little bit. I was reflecting on the hadith that's narrated by Sahel. He was a companion of Prophet ﷺ, and it's authentic hadith in Bukhari, where it reads, An Sahel, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, أنا وكافل اليتيم في الجنة هكذا. That the Prophet ﷺ said, I am the one who looks after an orphan will be like this in paradise. And uses his fingers like this and separated them. Right? And so, have you ever thought about sponsoring an orphan? Right? And there's different agencies that do that, like United Muslim Relief, I think Islamic Relief does it too, and you can sponsor an orphan as part of your zakat, part of your charity. Right? So there's ways to be practical with the hadith and the ayat that we read every day. Do we not remember that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to remember Him and to return to Him to ask for forgiveness? If you had 24 hours to live, would you make tawbah? Would you repent for all of our sins? The kaba'ir, the major, and the sagha'ir, the minor sins. Would you start a charity, a non-profit? There's a beautiful hadith, again narrated by Abu Hurairah in Sunan Nasa'i, Sahih authentic hadith, where it reads, An Abi Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu, Anna Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala, إذا مات الإنسان قطع عمله إلا من ثلاث من صدقة جارية وعلم ينتفع به وولد صالح يدعو له. That when a person dies, all of the person's good deeds come to an end except three: an ongoing charity, beneficial knowledge, and a righteous child who prays for this person. So even if we pass away, there's still ways for us to collect good deeds. You can set up a charity. You can write a book. You can have children, inshallah, or people children who pray for this person. So I want you to reflect on the first part of the khutbah, inshallah ta'ala, and to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for forgiveness. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم يا فوز المستغفرين. استغفر الله. So this next narration is narrated by Anas ibn Malik. It's really a story. And he's getting this story from Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. And if those who come to the halaqah, Abdullah ibn Amr, he's a sweet talker. He keep mentioning that in the halaqah. Anyways, so the companions are sitting with the Prophet ﷺ, and a man walks in. And the man has wudu, he has the water dripping from his beard, and he's holding the sandals in his left hand. And the Prophet ﷺ said, that is a man from Jannah, from paradise. And obviously, he's still alive, so this is a big deal. The man comes in twice, second time, same answer. The man comes in the third time, again, wudu dripping and sandals, everything. Man from paradise. So, Abdullah ibn Amr al-As, he followed this man and he made him a story. Remember, sweet talk. He said, I quarreled with my father and I swore I would not go to him for 3 days and 3 nights. Would you shelter me for these 3 days? The man said, yes. So, Abdullah stayed with this man for 3 nights and he observed him. Because he wants to see what's so special about this man that he's from paradise. What's the big deal? So the first thing, he sees, okay, it's breakfast time, and he's chopping it up. So he's not fasting. That's one, not fasting. Then it's tahajjud time, and he's praying, but the man, the Jannah man, he's sleeping. So he doesn't wake up in the middle of the night to pray. He doesn't fast. He's not understanding what's going on with this person so special. So then finally, he goes to him, and he says, look, my father and I really didn't have any beef. Nothing happened. I just came here because the Prophet ﷺ said that you were a man of paradise. So I wanted to see what's so special about you. You weren't fasting, you weren't praying extra at night, all those things about a holy, pious person. So what was the big deal? And he said, there's nothing more than what you saw. started to walk away. Then he said, "There's nothing more than what you saw, except I don't keep any place for in my heart to have any ill intentions or hasad, envy, towards any Muslim." And then Abdullah said, "That's why you're guaranteed paradise. And that's why we can't do that." So how many of us can say that we do that? We can say that, and there's no Muslim that we have any ill intention towards. And there's no Muslim that we envy because Allah has given them something. So I ask you again, if you had 24 hours to live, would you make sure to make all of your prayers? What kind of company would you keep? And reminded of the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Surah Mudaththir, in the 74th Surah, 39th ayah, where Allah says, "Illa ashab al-yamin," except for the people of the right. "Fi jannatin yatasa'alun," who will be in gardens, questioning one another. Okay. So people will be in paradise, talking to each other. And then they'll talk to the mujrimeen, to the people in hellfire, having conversation. And then they'll ask them, "Ma salakakum fi saqar?" What put you in the hellfire? And they said, "Qalu lam nakum minal musallin." We weren't of those who prayed. "Wa lam nakun nut'imul miskin," nor did we used to feed the poor. "Wa kunna nakhudu ma'al kha'idin," and we used to enter into vain discourse with those who engaged in it. "Wa kunna nuqaddibu biyawm ad-din," and we used to deny the day of recompense. "Hatta atayna al-yaqin," until there came to us the certainty. So would you be concerned more with your math exam, or more concerned with reading the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Would we still hook up or hook off? Would you find yourself in the wrong place, drinking and doing the wrong things on a Friday night? Or would you attend that last lecture of Islam, try to heal our hearts? What would happen to our wealth makes us so powerful? With the castle on the lake, with the Porsche in the front yard, what will it do? It will leave us. Everyone will leave us. And all we will have is our deeds in our hands, facing our Creator when the time is up. We never know when our wealth, our health, or our mental capacity will go. So what is stopping us now from these righteous acts of submission and sacrifice? If we change the way we think about our blessings, what will happen to us? And I don't mean to be judgy and judgmental at the khutbah, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent verses to the Prophet ﷺ, which he taught to his companions, which they taught to people, which wrote down to the scholars, and the scholars gave to the students of knowledge, and I'm giving it to you as students of the colleges. It's a reminder not just for me, but for all of us, to think about, if we really had 24 hours to live, what would we do with it? Ya Allah, we ask you to ease the sufferings of the Muslims globally in the world. We hear news of more and more countries suffering through chemical warfare, genocide, bombs, and being tortured here in the U.S. Ya Allah, we ask us to remember you and to protect us from the risk-taking behaviors that can destroy us. Ya Allah, we ask you to remember and remind us that when we pray, when we live our lives, to see Jannah, paradise, in the front of us, to see the hellfire in our backs, to see our good deeds on our right and our bad deeds on our left, to forgive us of our sins and enter us into the highest level of paradise, to let us live our lives that we won't see another day. So let us live our lives like the righteous prophets and the companions. And again, to forgive us of our sins and get us to the highest level of paradise. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي يطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. So I think we have a lot of announcements today. I think, so help me out. We have MSA elections coming up soon. What else do we have?
Tuesday's IOK day.
Yes. So Monday, if you want to go, still have room for the Riz Ahmed thing?
Yeah, we have like a couple seats.
Okay. If you want to go see Riz Ahmed is he's like a South Asian, England, South Asian, where's South Asian before?